To decide which is suitable and which is not, we use the most sophisticated technology.
We receive about 15,000 samples, of which we keep between 10 and 20%. Our laboratory usually carries out at least 100,000 analyses.
Superamos de largo las 100.000 determinaciones.
The different varieties of olive can be distinguished by their size, with smaller varieties such as the Arbequina and larger ones like the Picual. They can also be distinguished by their leaves. For example, the Hojiblanca variety gets its name from its whitish color underneath the leaf. They are also differentiated by the aroma and flavor of their oils, and by the ripening period of the olives. The Arbequina Manzanilla variety ripens earlier, and the Picual later. The most common varieties in the world are the Spanish varieties, primarily the Picual olive. Domingo is, well, he doesn't wear a white coat, but he should, since he's in the laboratory so often. Every time they bring us oil samples to analyze, every time we get a bulk oil delivery, every time an oil batch must be approved, Domingo is there. He is also the person who sets the work pace. He is like a father to us. He's another member of the laboratory. In fact, Domingo even comes along with us to laboratory dinners. We see him as another team member, and in fact, he can easily carry out certain analyses completely on his own. Number 309 contains an early harvest. 310 has virgin oil for export. 313 contains mild organic oil. And 405 doesn't exist. I don't need to look. The thing is, I just love olive oil, every aspect of it. This is the facility for the export market. Everything in these tanks is olive oil. Every harvest is different. Every harvest is a challenge. The oil arrives in bulk inside the tankers. Then we take samples for the lab. And once the lab is given the okay, different coupage are made for the client. As the first to be involved in the selection process, I already know how fruity, bitter, or spicy the oil will be. In the same way that different grapes are mixed, different varieties of olive oil are mixed here to obtain the exact profile the client is looking for. For example, in the United States, they like a milder olive oil. So that's what we try to achieve, mixing the different varieties to get the right mildness. The differences between an extra virgin olive oil, a virgin olive oil, and what's known as a lampante oil can be classified in two ways. One is the physical or chemical part relating to the acidity. The maximum acidity for an extra virgin olive oil is 0.8. For a virgin olive oil, it's 2. And for a lampante, it's over 2. Then there are other kinds of analyses on the same level as the physical and chemical ones, and these are known as organoleptic. These are done through the sensory tasting sessions where you can use the senses, smell, taste, and feel of the oil texture in the mouth. This is how we measure the intensity of the positive and negative attributes of the oil with the senses.
The cup should be blue. If you see the color, if the color of the oil is green, your brain can think that the oil is new from the new harvest.
I see.
And if the oil is yellow, your brain can think that the oil is too mature or maybe it's rancid, okay?
So we're turning off our sight
Yeah.
to make our taste buds better.
Okay, the best thing is not to see the color of the oil.
Okay.
It's important to heat the oil, and the fragrances and the flavor keep here inside the cup.
The positive attributes of an oil are, first, its fruitiness. In other words, the aroma or sense of greenness you pick up. which reminds you of fruit. The intensity is graded from 0 to 10. Second, you also rate the bitterness and the spiciness. Then there are negative taste attributes such as rancid, musty, damp, or briny. There's a very long list, and none of these defects should ever appear in an extra virgin olive oil.
It could remind you to banana or apple. It's typical of Arbequina variety.
It smells really good.
Yes, and then once you smell it, you have to taste it. You have to keep the oil in your mouth between 5-10 seconds.
Okay.
And you will not hear the
taste.
Bitter,
Okay.
and hear the spicy. Do you know the spicy here? Mm-hmm. This oil is very typical, and it is more spicy than the coupage and also more spicy than the Arbequina.
Is it spicy because of where the olives are grown? Or the time of the harvest?
It's spicy because of the polyphenols. Polyphenols are antioxidants, and the oils which are bitter and spicy, it means that they have polyphenols.
Sometimes I imagine a US consumer opening a bottle that's been through my hands, and that thanks to our skills and thorough analyses, he or she can enjoy a really top quality olive oil.
De gran calidad.